Hey guys, Jackie, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I have hair clips in, so you already know what today's video is going to be about. The star of the show is her. Now, I'm a little late to the trend, but I've only seen videos of people comparing this with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I'm sure you guys have seen that it looks pretty similar. Nobody really talks about the durability of it, so here we are. I actually don't have the Charlotte Tilbury one anyways, so I'm just going to be solely reviewing this product on its own. We're just going to see how well this wears throughout the day. So first off, I'm going in with my trusty primer. This one's from e.l.f. It is the Power Grip, and I usually use about a pump and a half to 2 pumps. This one is really sticky, so I know for sure it's gonna hold in my makeup. It's also super hot today in MIC. It's about 85, mid 80s. It's super humid because it's been trying to rain for a while now. So I'm testing to see if it's gonna pass a full day wear test. I'm not really going out anywhere today. I'm working from home. So I think this would be like a nice controlled experiment, if that makes sense. So my face is pretty tacky now. I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I have it in the shade 5 Medium Tan. And I really love how bougie it is. It is a glass bottle. And it claims that it's infused with squalene and hyaluronic acid. This glow booster creates a skin enhancing soft focus effect for effortless radiance. I feel like it might be a little too dark, but if I went light-handed, it might be good enough. I've seen how big the doe foot is in a video, so I'm not really like surprised. Okay, just kidding. I'm pretty surprised. Why is this so freaking big? Honestly, it doesn't look too bad. I feel like if I blended it out, it might actually fit me. It's supposed to be a really customizable shade, so I am hoping that this will be customizable. Seems to match my forehead pretty well, which is usually like a problem because my forehead is significantly darker than the rest of my face. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. powder blurring brush. Honestly, this is dense enough to be like a foundation brush in my opinion, so I'm just gonna go in with her. Spray it with a little bit of Mario Badescu. Spray my face a little bit with Mario Badescu. Okay, and then I'm just gonna start buffing. I do like the glow so far. So I do feel a tug and it's a little bit hard to kind of like spread around, but that's just because we have a super tacky primer on. I don't think this is how the product actually is. It does look pretty even so far. It's really glowy, but it's honestly giving me a little bit of bronzy Selena at the red carpet. You know that picture? I'm gonna insert it right here. I'm not mad at it. I don't think it's a bad look, and I personally don't feel like I'm gonna go out looking like this. It says that you could just wear it as like foundation and just leave the house. I don't think I'll be able to because I literally look like a disco ball. But I mean, if you are all about that glowiness, then go ahead, this might be for you. But I'm just gonna continue my makeup as usual. For concealer, I'm going in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I have the shade Sand 122. Then I'm going in with my trusty Baby Real Technique blender. I don't really see any problems with the product laying on top of each other. So far, it does really just mesh in all together as well. For blush, I'm gonna mix in 2 of my favorite Rare Beauty blushes. I have it in the shade Hope and Peace. I actually love these miniature ones because a little do go a long way. But you should go in about 1 dab of each color because I really like how it looks together. And then I take my trusty blush brush from Shop Miss A and I just kind of blend it on the back of my hand. Diffuse it on the brush a little bit. I feel like this customizes like the most perfect shade of blush for me. Like, I really love that. So I'm gonna take whatever's left on the brush and just kind of work my way in. Recently, I've been having mixed feelings about putting blush in the nose area. I used to love that Sunkissed Glow, but recently I feel like it just makes me look kind of like drunk. Like, that's like a drunk blush, you know? I realize it's not that cute, so I'm just gonna mainly focus the blush on my cheeks today. I usually take the excess and just kind of like go over my forehead because that adds a little bit more like color. I kind of do like having a sunburnt look, but I realized the nose area is kind of giving wrong ideas to people. So next up is contour slash bronzer. I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. cream contour palette, and I'm gonna go in with this shade, the darker shade, mixed with like the second darkest shade. This one is super pigmented, so I really gotta be careful. You see that? That's insane. Sometimes I forget how pigmented this is and I kind of go overboard. So far is so good. I do like how everything is layering all together. So the face is pretty much done. I want to go in with the eyes just a little bit. I want to try the Siren's eye. Not really Siren's eye, but I do like how elongated it is. Is it fox eye or siren eye? I don't remember, but we're gonna try that out, okay? So I'm gonna go in with this Sephora Pocket Palette. It's super cool. It's like travel friendly. I love the shades in this. It's like everyday wear. I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade right here, and I'm gonna go all over the lid. Wow, this is like giving me fall vibes. Not mad about that. So what I'm gonna do is place it all over the lid, push it into the crease, and just kind of fan it out. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this super black shade. I really love this one, honestly. Like, a little goes such a long way, so I'm gonna go in with the super tiny, I'm pretty sure it's like a C brush, and I'm gonna try to get as close to the lash line and just kind of like wing it out a bit. I honestly don't know if I'm doing this right. Okay, that's pretty cute. My only issue is making these eyes even. Like, that is such a struggle for me. I am going to smudge it out a little bit with a fluffy brush. Again, I don't really know if I'm doing this right. I've seen a couple TikToks. The eyeshadow is not budging at all. I tried blending her out and she's not budging. So that didn't work really well. I'm just gonna stick with an eyeshadow liner for today. I'm gonna save trying new things for another day because it's not working out for me right now. I just got a lash perm recently, so I don't really need to curl my lashes. I'm just gonna go in with mascara. This is the ColourPop Level Up Mascara. I have it in the shade Burgundy. The mascara doesn't really do much for me. It just kind of like droops my eyelashes, so I only use this when I have a lash perm. And as far as the color, it's not super pigmented, but again, like, it's burgundy, so it's not really going to be. I might want to try one of these brighter colors because I've heard a lot of good things about this mascara. Okay, I also have a question for you guys. Like, how do you actually put mascara on like the inner corner? Because I always struggle. I haven't found a wand that's actually like super good for the inner lashes. I literally like look all types of crazy whenever I do that. Next, I'm gonna go in with powder like I usually would. This is the Makeup Revolution one. I just put it in another container. I'm gonna go in with a microfiber sponge. I like using a sponge because I feel like it gives me a little bit more product. Okay, so that literally erased any of the glow that the filter was giving us. I have mixed feelings. I really want to give you guys an honest opinion by doing my makeup how I usually would, but if I do set my face like how I usually would, the glow is going to disappear. I literally cannot live without powder, especially with how humid it's been. So how about we do half? I'm literally gonna do my left side. I'm gonna set my face like I normally would, and then we could like compare and contrast the two sides, you know? I get especially oily around the eyelid area, so I literally always have to like pack it up with powder. Notice how I'm not actually putting powder directly on my blush and contour. I'm just taking the excess from whatever's left on the sponge on there. I don't really want to like bake that part, if that makes sense. For the excess, I'm just taking a Wet n Wild brush and just kind of like generally go over the entire part. I usually go in with a second blush. This one is by ColourPop. It is their Kiss and Tell heart-shaped blush. Super cute. It does look pretty cool toned in the pan, not gonna lie, so I was a little thrown off because the product photos were not this cool toned. It's pretty subtle. I like it. I'm gonna set my face with my Milani Make It Last Original. I really love how this glowy side is looking, but honestly speaking, I'm a pretty greasy head, so my matte side is gonna look like this in like 2 hours. That's why I usually use a lot of powder, but for the sake of this review, I shall not. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off the makeup with some lip product. This one's by ColourPop. It is the Matte X Formula in the shade Daydream. I used to love these grungy shades, but recently I just like to dab it just to give me some color. So here's the finished makeup. This side, my right side, is not set with powder, and then you have my left side, which is set with powder. There is a noticeably huge difference because this side is obviously a lot glowier, and I'm not mad at it. It does look super nice. Maybe I'll wear that out in the winter time, but I normally prefer a more matte finish anyways. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start the clock at 1:48 and I'm gonna check back in with you guys every few hours or so. I do plan on wearing this for 6 to 8 hours because that's typically how long I keep my makeup on. So I'm gonna see how well this actually wears to see if it's actually worth the hype. It's looking so good so far and I do really enjoyed both sides of it. So I'm gonna see you guys in a few hours. 5:54. It's about like 4 hours or so later. I just clocked out. So here's what we're dealing with. I see a lot of oiliness on the right side, which is the side that we did not set our makeup. As far as the left side, this is a normal amount of oil, I would say, that's like secreting from the layers. In comparison, like the right side is significantly more dewy, and if this is a look that you're going for, then I would say don't set your makeup. But it's like summertime, super hot in New York City right now, so I do need some powder. I am sweating a little bit in like the hairline, so my forehead is kind of getting glazy right now. It doesn't feel sticky like it does on my right side. The left side is still kind of like smooth, doesn't really like tug my skin. Here is the right side, super glowy. I wish I could just concentrate the glow on my cheekbones versus like the entire face. It looks like I have some type of filter on because it looks pretty insane, but that's literally in the name of the product, so I'm not mad at that. And then the left side just looks so effortless. Like I really love this glow. Back for the last update of the day. It is officially 10 p.m. I'm like ready to clock out of today. Before I go and take this off, let's just review the situation. I don't see a huge difference between the two sides anymore. My left side did get pretty oily. I think my most problematic area was probably the nose. That like was the first to go. In terms of like everything else, it still looks really good from afar. If I'm not under like any harsh lighting like a ring light, you honestly could not tell that I'm like actually this glossy. Nothing has lifted from my face so far. Yeah, I don't really see a huge difference between the two sides. I would say I'm most oily like literally in the T-zone area. I noticed that my left cheek is not nearly as oily as my right cheek. So the powder definitely did help control some of the oils, but in terms of how well it wears underneath all the layers of makeup, I would give it like a 10 out of 10 for that as well, because I don't see any lifting, I don't see any patchiness. Granted, I didn't touch my face or anything throughout the day, so this is exactly how it was from this morning, or this afternoon rather. So overall, I would give this a 9.5 out of 10. I do love how it evened out my entire like complexion, because as you guys can tell, my face is usually like a lot lighter than my body, but this gives me like an overall even shade. So I really appreciate that. I do think it does what it claims on the bottle as well. I don't know if it's a complete dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury one because I don't have that one like I said, but I do really enjoy this one. It's only $14 and it does its job to even out your skin tone. It did look pretty flawless and filter like, I would say, but I wouldn't wear this out on its own. I just feel like it's a little too excessive. Definitely wear under something for that natural glow. I really love how the side is looking. It's literally like my skin but better on this side, and then this side is just like a little hot mess. But besides that, no real complaints. I do think that it wears pretty well throughout the day. I wore this for like 9 hours and it looks pretty freaking dang good. So that's it for today's video. Let me know down below if you guys want me to do more durability videos for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.